What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today we're going to be breaking down the new Call of Duty Infinite Warfare trailer. So there's a lot of stuff in here. I wanted to go through it frame by frame, clip by clip, talk about it with you guys, see what's up, see what we think about it, and just kind of start a discussion. So starting off here, I'll go ahead and play the trailer in full so you guys can kind of recap. I'm sure most of you guys have seen it already, but we can recap and then we'll come back, we'll go through it, and we'll talk about exactly what's going on.
Go ahead.
You seen this? Unknown. Unidentified settlement ships. You are moving into a restricted
They just opened fire. We're f***ing fire. Beta's guns are attacking our airship. Pilot hit.
This is a full-blown invasion.
Oh my god.
We are getting breaking news out of Switzerland.
Geneva has suffered a massive attack.
Death count continues to rise, and there's no end in sight.
This is Top Cat Sovereign. Divert and deploy all available assets immediately.
Holy shit!
Let's get to the tower! Go! Fix the house! Multiple hostiles!
Biggest surprise attack in the history of the world. How could they not have seen this coming? It's one of our own.
We have no precedent for this. We have no playbook for this. And apparently, we have little time.
Let me make our situation absolutely clear. We are now at war with the Settlement Defense Front. Godspeed, Captains.
You got eyes on this, Reyes?
Affirmative. Let's get in there.
And there you have it, guys. That's our first look at Infinite Warfare, the newest Call of Duty game, coming later this year on November 4th. So now let's go through this trailer, let's slow it down, and let's check out what happened. It doesn't necessarily have like a lot of cryptic hidden messages and Easter eggs and stuff like that. Trailers like that will probably come out later this year. But I wanted to go through it. Although it's straightforward, it's still kind of fun to talk about what we're seeing and what we can expect. So starting off here, this is our first look at Settlement Defense. And these guys are the bad guys. They're from somewhere outside of Earth. I don't know if, they're space dwellers or they live on another planet or, what it is. But they come to Earth and they attack it. They attack in Geneva, Switzerland is what the trailer mentioned a lot. And we have no clue why they're attacking, but it's brutal. They're taking out, all kinds of people, and obviously they're very upset with people on Earth. So that's kind of like the big conflict that we have. Now, next up, we see this female soldier, and we actually see her like 3 or 4 more times throughout the rest of this trailer. So she's obviously going to be pretty important. I don't know if she's going to be the protagonist. I think that might be Lieutenant Reyes, but she's going to be very, very important and definitely a main character in the game. You can also see she has a robot companion behind her. So yes, we are going to have robots in this game, although I don't think that's going to be like a major focus at all. This guy, we see him a couple times, though. He seems like a pretty cool companion. And then also in this image, look at what she's holding. It looks almost like a futuristic P90. It's kind of cool looking, and you'll notice that, throughout this trailer, there are a lot of different guns you're going to see, most of which shoot normal bullets. Most of these things aren't going to be crazy futuristic space rifles. So anyway, moving on, you can see that, things aren't going well for the good guys. This was a big surprise attack. Like, nobody knew this was coming. Settlement Defense just kind of, came into the Earth's atmosphere with all their spaceships and stuff like that and started attacking people. So we weren't prepared to defend ourselves, and we're going to have to, make up for some lost ground. We've got a typical high action COD running scene here where there's all kinds of epic stuff going on. This actually kind of caught my attention here. There's some interesting looking attachments on this assault rifle. The sight is down at the end of it. You know what I mean? Like the red dot isn't up towards your face. It's down at the very end of the barrel, which is kind of interesting. And we might see some stuff like that in multiplayer. We also see right here, I already made a video on it, but we do see some thrust jumping. I know people are kind of upset about that, but hey, we'll just have to deal with it. Next up, we see a few more weapons, some more action. This right here is what really kind of caught me off guard. So everything we've seen up until this point has always been kind of like modern weapons, you know what I mean? Like, obviously they're a little bit more advanced and they're a little bit more, kind of space-esque, but they've all been like bullet shooting weapons. This thing here is not shooting bullets. It's shooting some sort of energy, laser beam, something, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Now, it's important to keep in mind that this is a campaign trailer. This is all campaign gameplay you're seeing, nothing from multiplayer. So a lot of times we see crazy stuff in the campaign that never even makes it over. So just because we see the space weapon in this trailer doesn't mean we're gonna have futuristic space weapons in the multiplayer. Kind of like, the EM1 or the AE4 and stuff like that from Advanced Warfare. Is it possible? Absolutely. We've seen it in the campaign now, so it kind of alludes to it to an extent, but we'll have to wait and see. Just keep that in the back of your mind. We might have space weapons in Infinite Warfare. They might not all shoot bullets, so we'll have to wait and see. Next up, they just kind of talk about how dire the situation is. You can see more of the good guys getting slaughtered by the bad guys. I mean, it's not good. It was a surprise attack. Nobody was ready for it. They didn't have any type of playbook for this, scenario. Next up, you guys can see there will be a flying mission. There's no surprise there. I can't wait for that. I love the flying missions in Call of Duty, and this scene is just really, really cool when he just points the nose upward, straight upward, and just flies out into outer space with all of his other pilots. It's just, that was like, you heard it, like the music build up and then the music dropped and stuff. It was a really, really cool part of the trailer. Now, next up, we see some space warfare. He's flying around, shooting other spacecraft and stuff like that. Extremely cool. I think this is going to be so much fun to play. It looks just like Star Wars, which I absolutely love Star Wars, so I think that's pretty cool. I know a lot of people don't really like this type of thing, but I just want to say, it's campaign. Like, it's in campaign. It's a fictional world. It's going to be a lot of fun. This isn't going to transfer over to multiplayer. I can guarantee you guys that. If I was to guess what multiplayer would be like, I would bet that a lot of the maps are going to take place on Earth. We may have a couple maps on other planets, and then we may have a couple maps, kind of like on top of spaceships or inside spaceships. But, it's not going to be anything like this. Like, I highly doubt they'll even have vehicles in multiplayer. Like, I don't think they're going to go crazy like that. I think it's going to be the same Call of Duty we know and love, so don't fret things there. Now, next up, we see this character right here. He's actually played by David Harewood. He's an actor. He's in Supergirl. I think he's acted in a couple Battlefield games as well before. So he's our first officially confirmed actor in the game. We aren't sure who else is in there, but it'd be interesting to see what happens. I don't think anybody's ever going to beat Advanced Warfare with Kevin Spacey, but we'll see what happens. Next up, we see a huge juggernaut robot that throws an armored vehicle, which is kind of cool looking. Again, campaign. I doubt we see anything like that in the multiplayer. And then this right here is one of the most interesting parts of the trailer. This guy has some sort of grappling hook that he shoots into an enemy, brings the enemy closer, and then kind of either breaks his neck or rips his oxygen mask off, so he dies because he's out in space. I thought that was really cool. Grappling hook, obviously, not gonna make it into multiplayer. This ain't no, grapple playlist from Advanced Warfare. I highly doubt it would. I'm gonna say 98% sure it wouldn't. But it's kind of fun. It'll make the campaign kind of fun to see what we can do with that. Now, next up, this guy kind of blows the side of the ship open. You see this character's back. I kept seeing that white triangle with the red in the middle throughout this trailer on, everybody's back and stuff like that. And I kept thinking it was Atlas. I kept thinking it was the Atlas logo, Atlas Corp from Advanced Warfare. It's not. It's some sort of like caution sign or something like that because he's got the jetpack. But man, that was driving me crazy. I thought they were trying to tie it in with Advanced Warfare. I was going to be like, what in the heck is going on? But it's not Atlas. I've seen other people talking about it too. Next up, we see Chappie again. He saves our life. I've got a feeling that's kind of like Riley from COD Ghost. You know what I mean? We're going to, kind of develop a relationship with this robot, and then he may end up, I don't know, he might end up in the junkyard. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, next up, we see some gameplay definitely on another planet. As you guys can see, we're on some sort of, barren Martian wasteland or something like that. And then finally, we see a ship come in that's the same ship that we saw come into Nuketown with the most recent Easter eggs. So anyway, yeah, there you guys have it. That, my friends, is the new Infinite Warfare trailer. Let me know what you guys think. I'm digging it. I'm excited for campaign. I think campaign's gonna be awesome. I like the space theme for campaign. I like the idea of, Star Wars sci-fi-esque for campaign. I think it sounds awesome for campaign. I'm holding out and waiting to see what multiplayer is like. I understand it's going to have to be somewhat related. I understand it's gonna have to be futuristic, but I'm hoping that it's still the same Call of Duty that we know and love. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna catch you guys later. Make sure you guys check out the screen if you've seen yet. Wow, that was fast. Peace out.